recording too. Okay, great. So I'll start off with a quick little introduction. My name's Daniel. I'm one of the owners of ClinicSense. We're hosting this webinar tonight, and we brought on Margaret Wallace-Duffy here. And the reason we have been working a lot with Margaret lately is she has over 29 years experience now running her own massage business, has learned a lot of what not to do and what to do. And I felt, it's a really good opportunity to bring in veteran massage therapists to teach other massage therapists who are either earlier on in their career or just looking for some new ideas, learn from her mistakes, learn from her success. Her clinic is an award-winning clinic through the Registered Massage Therapists Association of Ontario. So I really think she has a ton of great experience, a lot of knowledge to share. And so, yeah, that's why we partnered up with her. We've done a couple of these webinars now. Excited to see a few new names in the Zoom participants or attendees list here. So just a couple of housekeeping items before I hand it over. If you have questions throughout the webinar, you can please post them in the chat. I'll be monitoring. We're going to save the Q&A until the end. So as questions come to mind, feel free. I'll record them, and when we get to the Q&A, I'll lead that with Margaret. The other thing you can do at the end, when we get into the Q&A, Zoom has a raise your hand feature. If you'd like to come on live onto the Zoom call, we can unmute you and you can ask your question to Margaret, excuse me, live on the call. So with that, I will hand it over. Margaret, thank you so much for joining. I'm excited to see what you have in store for us.
Well, thank you, Daniel. I am so excited to be here. And as I was saying, just in our casual conversation, I wasn't in the clinic today. I was doing media work and education, making money outside of our treatment room walls. But I have to say this because I'm so excited. Today's topic is how do you get up to 10 referrals per week in a post-COVID world? And I got to tell you, I'm excited to say that it's Thursday and it was a short week because of Labor Day. And we just actually got our 11th referral today, which is really cool. So I thought it was kind of timely, and I'm really excited to get started here. So let's get started, shall we? Oops, let me go here. There we go. So my name's Margaret Wallace-Duffy. As Daniel mentioned, I'm a registered massage therapist with a background in kinesiology from the University of Waterloo. I've also done my professional certification in aging, as well as I'm an international certified infant massage instructor. My Wallace for Wellness has been in operation for 29 years. It'll be 30 years in April. It is an integrative health clinic. I am a proud massage therapist that's at this, massage is at the center in the heartbeat of Wallace for Wellness, but we have brought in other practitioners of all different types over the years, from doctors to chiropractors to naturopaths, of course, other massage therapists, dietitians, podorthists, fascial stretch therapists. I can go on and on and on. Midwives, I can go on and on and on. But what I'm most proud of is that massage therapy is at the center of that integrative health model, and it's run by a massage therapist, which is what I want for all of us. I want us to all be in the center of this integrative health model. So just to set some context for tonight's discussion, this call is going to be approximately 60 minutes. In that time, I'm going to tell you everything I possibly can about getting referrals. And at the end of the call, I'm going to tell you where you can actually learn more. So I think it's important for those of you who don't know me to tell you a little bit about my story, because there's one thing that I know to be very true, is that having a story and getting really good at sharing it is so important in your business, and for all kinds of reasons. When we're talking about referrals, this is really critical. So I thought it would be really important to tell sort of my background. So when I was young, I actually went through a very, very challenging 15 years in terms of my health. I've had 10 surgeries, 4 bowel obstructions, a lung collapse, a fecal transplant, like on Grey's Anatomy. And one thing that I knew to be true is that if it wasn't for conventional medicine, I wouldn't be speaking to each and every one of you. But equally and as profoundly true If it wasn't for complementary medicine, preventative medicine, like massage therapy, I wouldn't be speaking to you either. And when I was finishing, when I was in kinesiology, I knew that I wanted to do something in the healthcare field. I knew I wanted to help people. I loved science. But during my undergrad, I worked at St. Mike's in the hospital in pulmonary function. I learned a ton. But I also learned that I wasn't sure that I wanted to work in a hospital setting. And I knew I wanted to be able to be my own boss, but I wanted to make an impact on as many people as possible. Well, as my own health journey really was off the rails and I was really, really struggling, I actually went to see a massage therapist myself. I was blown away by how this therapist conducted himself. His assessment skills were top notch. The way he conducted himself intrigued me. It was professional. It was thorough. It was hands-on. It was integrative. And most importantly, it was empowering. He really empowered me to play an active role in my health. So it really caught my interest. And I got to be honest with you, massage therapy wasn't in my wheelhouse of where I thought I would go. I had looked at physio. I'd actually been accepted to chiropractic college. But this amazing experience with this massage therapist made me look twice at this profession and made me realize that it checked all the boxes. And it really stoked my passion that I'm going to tell you, 30 years later, my passion has not actually crumbled. It has been fueled even more. And I think we are now at a time in our history where what we have to offer as massage therapists has never been more important. In this post-pandemic world, or it's not even post-pandemic, we're still walking through it, aren't we? The reality is that people need what we have. But more importantly, there's been a lot of change over the last 30 years. We still have a lot of work to do, which is why I'm doing things like this, because I want to help to elevate our profession so we can all build successful practices and, most importantly, bring our profession forward into the center of the integrative health model. And so I really wanted to lay the foundation of my story, because that's really, it's been well entrenched and it's what guides me each and every day in my treatment room. And when I teach, whether I'm in my treatment room or like I was doing today, delivering corporate wellness programs, or whether I'm doing media, that story is really important because it's relatable. There are many people that struggle with their health and they don't know where to turn. We live in a pill for an ill society where we're just waiting for a quick fix. And people want more now. And massage therapy offers so much when it comes to mental and physical well-being. And that really excites me. Okay, oops. So I actually had the opportunity to partner with ClinicSense, who took in what we want to call the Massage Heroes Survey. And we polled over 10,000 massage therapy business owners. And we asked them, what was their number one question? What was their, oops, did my screen just go funny? There we go. What was their number one question when it comes to running their business? And the number one thing they talked about was, how do they get more clients without having to spend too much money? Oh man, can I ever relate to that? When I first graduated, I didn't have any money. In fact, I was in debt from my schooling, both my undergrad and my postgrad. And yet I had a passion and a fire in my belly to want to, and a vision for what is now happening 30 years later. So this was something that was really of interest to me. And so what I want to do actually is talk today about something that I've created, that I've coined the Massage Referral Maximizer. So what is that? What is the Massage Referral Maximizer? Well, I'm going to break this down for you because there's sort of three parts to it. And the first sort of part is all about mindset. And I can't stress enough the importance of mindset. This is absolutely critical, because here's the reality. The success of your business starts with you. And your mindset is the most critical piece to that success. If you don't approach your business with the right mindset, you're going to struggle to get referrals. Because here's the reality. People, and all of you know this. We lay our hands on people for a living. We understand the transference of energy. We understand what it means to read body language. So if you don't have the right mindset and you're not putting out the right energy, other people are going to feel that. Other practitioners, whether it be a doctor, a chiropractor, a physio, whoever it is that you're looking to get referrals from, maybe it's your patient or your client, they're going to feel that. And we're going to take a deeper dive into that in a little bit, but that's sort of the first part of the framework on a high level, is really paying attention to your mindset. And I think sometimes we don't really, as business owners, stop to really evaluate, where is my mindset? What am I thinking? What are those noises in the back of my head? And we're going to talk about that in a moment. Okay, next is mastery. So mastery. Well, what do I mean by mastery? Well, mastering our craft, which is massage therapy. And this ties into your mindset, because if you've got to think outside your 4 treatment room walls. Mastery isn't just about your clinical skills in the treatment room. Of course, that's very important. That is the foundation of what we do. And you need to do it well. And you need to constantly, even 30 years later, be honing your skills and learning new and being fresh and being curious. But you also have to have the mindset to think beyond your treatment room walls, because that's really important, and it's going to play into getting referrals. In a moment, I'm going to walk you through a 7 interaction process that you should be having with your clients, and how each and every one of those come together in order to create a world-class experience for your clients that is going to make the difference between whether you get referrals or you don't. And last but not least, mingling. Or another word we could use for that is networking with other professionals. This is such an important part of this whole framework. Nurturing relationships with them will help to increase not only your confidence in what you're doing, but it's going to increase the confidence of the professionals that are going to refer to you. You want to be really nurturing relationships with them. What problem can you solve for them? How can you work together to improve the outcomes of the people that you have the opportunity to treat, perhaps with them? Because if we shouldn't just be relying on our clients for referrals. Although that's an important piece, we don't want to just rely there. We've got to cast the net wider. So we should look at other healthcare professionals, whether you start to mingle or network and create relationships with other massage therapists, physios, doctors, occupational therapists, nurses, nurse practitioners, chiropractors, naturopaths, anyone that you believe you can work in partnership with to get better outcomes for your patients. And as a result, you'll have a steady stream of referrals. So that will lead, if you put all of those 3 pieces together, mindset, mastery, mingling, will equal some incredible referrals and sustainable referrals. Some of the foundation that I put in 10, 20, even 30 years ago, I continue to reap rewards today. I continue to see referrals, and I build on those referrals, but they don't go away. But we need to dig deeper and really look at each of these pillars to this framework. So let's dive into mindset and perhaps limiting beliefs. And as you can see by the therapist on our screen here with his head down and a ball and chain that's holding him back with his limiting beliefs, if you think that mindset work is frivolous, fluff and stuff, you're very wrong. It is critical. Every entrepreneur, whether in massage therapy or any other business. I'm a CEO of a media company, which is really the extension, the educational extension arm of my massage therapy practice. If I don't look at my mindset and check it regularly and work on it regularly, I'm going to be in trouble. If you provide excellent treatment, so one of the common mindsets that I hear and that we've heard through some of the polling that we've taken is that, well, if I provide excellent treatment and I get great outcomes, well, my practice is going to grow naturally. I beg to differ. Will it grow? Sure, it's really important to get great quality outcomes, without question. That's the reason we're there. And quite honestly, that's what brings me out of bed every day. It's so rewarding to get those outcomes. So treatment is so important, but it's only one part of a much bigger picture of a world-class experience. In fact, there are 7 different interactions, and treatment is just one of them. So we really do need to look at our mindset and think outside those treatment room walls and realize that to get referrals, you need to be more than just an excellent clinician. So that's the one first sort of mindset that people have. The second one that I want to look at is that if I want to run my business, I want to run my business, but I don't have the business know-how to do it. You're not alone. And we're going to talk about this later in more depth as well. It's not common for massage therapists to have a lot of business acumen. In fact, we're just not taught it. We're going to talk about that later. Getting new clients, especially when you're first getting started, can be really intimidating. But every massage therapist, even me when I started, I of course had some level of self-doubt. Like, welcome to the club. You're how human of you. If you don't have self-doubt, then I question that you're not making goals big enough and you're playing it safe. The good news is, however, that thousands of massage therapists are running successful businesses, and you can do it too. So it's okay to realize that, first of all, it's hard work. And because if it wasn't, then every massage therapy business would be successful, right? And that's not the case. So you do have to be willing to roll up your sleeves and get busy. But if you do, you will, and you can and will see success. But one of the most important things is you must have confidence in yourself that you actually can do it, because there are plenty of resources out there that you can lean into. And I'm going to talk about some of those later. But you really do have to recognize that it is important to realize that you may not have the business acumen now, but you can go find it. So don't let that hold you back and be one of your limiting beliefs. Now, the next limiting belief that I hear often, and I still sometimes to this day experience that, and that is imposter syndrome. You gotta have confidence in what massage therapy has to offer as a profession, and more importantly, what you have to offer as a clinician. It's common to have a limiting belief of being an imposter, and oh my gosh, well, who's gonna listen to me? Maybe I'm just a new grad, or even when you're not. Just before COVID hit, I was asked to speak at a massive conference. I stood on that stage and looked out to 1,500 healthcare professionals, most of them doctors. It was a mammography conference. And I thought, I had a moment where I was like, oh, the imposter syndrome. How could I, the massage therapist, be standing up here speaking to all these physicians? I earned it. And what I had to do was take a deep breath and breathe some deep belief right then in that moment that what I'm about to speak on, I believe in. I've lived it. I'm putting my hands on people and I have something worthy to share. So when you get out and you get out and you're mingling in that which we're going to talk about shortly, make sure you have this mindset in check. Because if you're coming to another professional without the confidence, without a good mindset, without a story that's powerful, where you want to share the important benefits of massage therapy and how you can help others live well, you're going to come across to someone lacking in confidence. They're not going to want to refer to you when you're standing there like a wet noodle and not feeling confident yourself. I could do a whole workshop on just how to build confidence and fake it till you make it. And I don't mean it in a derogatory way, but sometimes we just have to lean in and do it because you've got the training. Now you have to lean in and actually put it into action. Okay, so mastery is our next piece of our framework. And as I mentioned several times, there are 7 pieces to this whole mastery part of the Maximizer framework. And we're going to go through each and every one of them, but let me just do a high-level overview first. So we have discovery, and how are people finding out about you right away, right? Often first line of communication is online. So what's your online presence? We're gonna dive into this in a minute. Booking. What kind of booking system do you have? Is it easy to book? Where can they find you to book? First impressions. You may think they don't matter. Oh, but they do, especially when people have choice to go to the massage therapist next door. How do you want to show up? What kind of environment do you want to create? What kind of impression do you want to make? Small talk. I always say small talk isn't small at all. It is critical in what we do as massage therapists. And we're going to talk about why and the impact that will have on your referrals. Of course, treatment. This is where we are, feel confident. This is where we shine. This is where we put our hands on. But we're going to talk a little bit more, not just about treatment outcomes, but what else we have to do in that treatment room to ensure that we're going to get the maximum number of referrals. The checkout process. Have you given it any thought as to what your checkout process is at your clinic? If you haven't, you should. And we're going to talk about that. And then last, but certainly not least, the 7th interaction that's so critical is all about follow-up. And I'm going to talk about the fact that so many therapists don't have that. They don't take the time, or they say they don't have the time. And I'm here to tell you, you must find the time, because if you do, the rewards are going to be great. And we're going to talk about that in a moment. So let's get started to talk about the first interaction of the 7 client interactions, and that is discovery. Now, it's so important to have a professional representation of your business, of your brand, when a person first discovers and sees you online. This is critical. Do you have a website? If you do, what does it look like? Is it clean? Is it professional? Is it thorough? Is it engaging? Is it easy to navigate? These are all really important things to consider. And you don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars. Yes, it takes time, for sure. But there are ways to make even templated websites, to make them your own, but them to look professional, look inviting, educate, and put people into action, which is to book and refer to you. The other thing to think about discovery is, what is your online presence like? Do you have a Google listing for your business? Are you on Google Maps? Is it done thoroughly and professionally? Do you have Google reviews? These are all things that you should be thinking about, because if I'm going to go and look to book with you, or I'm looking for a massage therapist, these types of things are going to stand out. And we need to pay attention to them if we want to be the therapist that's getting referrals in our community. Okay, so next, booking. Now more than ever, this is really important. We got to make a booking process easy. People want to book a treatment with you. Perhaps they're in pain. People are busy, and they need to have access to you when they want, where they want, and how they want. Make it easy. Online booking systems are so important, especially now through COVID. It's a hands-off approach. It can save you a lot of time and money when you have those types of automations. Is your booking button right front and center on your website or on every page? Is it easy to find? If you've got a Facebook page, can you book from there? How are you making it easy for people to book with you? Don't make them jump through hoops and go down rabbit holes to try to give you business. Make sure that it's front and center, and you're going to help them make it easy to refer to you or to book an appointment. First impressions, I can't say enough about first impressions, and we're all individual. And I'm not here to say that we all have to be cut out with the same cloth, and we're allowed to be individual. That's what makes our profession so amazing, because touch is different for every person. Everyone's needs, every patient or client's needs are different. But first impressions make a difference when it comes to the overall experience. And it doesn't just start at your clinic room door or your clinic door. What about the parking lot? And you're thinking, really, Mark? Like the parking lot? What control do I have? Actually, you do. If maybe you're work from home, is your grass cut, or is the grass up to here and it doesn't look clean and presentable? Are the garbage bins out from the night before? If you do work in an office building and there's a parking lot, is there garbage all around? Is it free parking? Does it look clean? It doesn't take much. Every day, I own the building that my clinic is in, but every day, even though we have maintenance crew, if I see a cup or a garbage in the courtyard or in the parking lot, I don't just walk by it. I pick it up, because I don't want our patients or a new person coming to my clinic to think, oh, geez, what kind of place am I going into here? So it starts the minute someone drives up to the location where you are practicing. Then, of course, what's the signage look like? Is it professional? Is it displayed well? Is it lit well? Do they know where they're going? When they open the door to your clinic, is it warm and welcoming? Does it look professional? Is it clean? Never before. Is it more important that things are clean? Do they feel welcomed? Does it look professional, or whatever your brand you're trying to project? Is your office space a reflection of that? You get one chance to make a first impression. And I'm going to share a quick story here that just came to my mind. This was several years ago, but 5 years ago now. My clinic, our clinic has about 80% doctor referral. And you never know who's in the waiting room. You never know. And they could be seeing another massage therapist. They could be seeing me. Maybe they're seeing the chiro. Maybe they're seeing the midwife. Maybe seeing a dietitian. But people are in the waiting room. We're not doing that right now with COVID because of COVID protocols. But back then, there was often several people in the waiting room, and you never know who they are. Well, this one day, I come out after treating someone, and whether it was my patient in the waiting room or not, I'm the clinic owner, and I encourage our whole team to do this. Say hello, welcome them. Hi, nice to see you. Who are you here to see today? Well, it just turns out that one of the people sitting in the waiting room was a physician who wanted to refer to us, and was actually coming to see the dietitian, but had interest in referring to massage therapy. Now, I didn't know it was a physician. And one of the things that he said to me afterwards, he said, I was really impressed, not only with your surroundings, but the way you conducted yourself and welcomed me when you didn't even know who I was. First impressions matter, and you never know who's in the room. So small talk, what do I mean by small talk? Making meaningful conversation before, during, and after your treatment, I would argue is equally as important than the hands-on physical treatment that we give. The mind and body are connected. We aren't treating a body, we're treating a human being. Mind, body, and spirit. And if you want to get good outcomes, if you want to build good rapport, you also have to pay attention to that human being on your table. And you need to be an active listener. Actively listening, because I'll tell you, often you'll get gems of information from your clients by something they've just said. For example, recently, one of my patients' father was going in for surgery, and this poor woman was really scared. She was really worried about her father. Of course, the layer of COVID on top of this, she was scared for his safety. And I immediately made a note of that in my notes. And so that I was aware the next time that that person came in, and I often will remember, but you know what, when you treat a lot of people, sometimes it's important to write things down. But small talk can make a huge difference. It matters in a big way, because the next time that that woman came in, I was able to say to her, hey, Susan, how are you doing? And by the way, how's your dad? I was thinking about him. I know he had surgery. How's he doing? And more importantly, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, Margaret, I can't believe you remembered that. Small talk enables us to get to know the human being on our table. We get to understand their circumstances that may actually give us important information to help us with outcomes on our table, which is ultimately what we're going to talk about next, with this, which is the treatment. But if we're not actively listening, or if we don't understand the importance of small talk, we may be working against something and thinking that we've got an issue. For example, we may be thinking that we're dealing with headaches, and we're only treating for headaches, but this poor person is going through a divorce. And that's, obviously your patient has to tell you this. But if you listen, actively listen, and you communicate, and they tell you something, it can also help you with assessing someone and looking at the layers so you can peel back the onion and guide your treatment plan accordingly. But it also builds a nurturing bond with your client, and one where they can trust you. And that's really important. Next, treatment. Well, this is the place where we're all comfortable, right? This is where it's really important that we do our best work, that we're getting the outcomes. But it's also critical to be listening to your clients. It is important, of course, for us to be the leader. They're coming and spending their hard-earned money on our tables because they want our leadership. They want to know how to treat their supraspinatus tendonitis. So we have to lead, and we have to have a treatment plan and be confident in the treatment plan. But we also have to balance that effective treatment plan with what the client needs, what their concerns are, what their goals are. And here's the thing, and I'm sure many of you experience this. Sometimes what we feel the goals are in a treatment or what we should be doing could be not completely aligned with the person on your table. This is where we have to find a balance and give both. It's so important. Think about how an RMT fits into the integrative healthcare model. Could your client benefit from a treatment provided by another professional, whether it be a chiropractor, maybe they need counseling, cognitive behavioral therapy, maybe they need a dietitian? No, that's not in our scope. But if we care about that person on the table and we're actively listening and we've got a treatment plan that we're executing, but we hear something else, don't you think that it's going to be received really well? And I do this daily, hour by hour in my clinic. If I can make a good referral to help that person reach their goals, because I know they're really struggling. They've told me they're an emotional eater and they've got inflammatory response in their body and it's impacting their musculoskeletal health. But I've got a dietitian that deals with emotional eating. There's a way that you can provide other opportunities and educate and empower them. And it helps to build confidence and credibility with your patients. And it helps to build confidence and credibility for other professionals who are going to give referrals to you. Because when you pick up the phone and say to the chiropractor or the dietitian or the doctor, I'm treating, this patient, here's what I'm thinking, or maybe they're already being treated by the physio, and you reach out because you want to align your treatments with them to put the patient at the center and get the best outcomes. It's going to make a huge difference on the referrals you start to get. Because then you're showing a better together as one approach to healthcare. And that's what I want to see massage therapists be. I've won an award for the Better Together as One healthcare philosophy. And that is putting massage therapists at the center and leading us to bring other healthcare professionals together where we're part of this equation. But you got to believe it, back to mindset. Then there's the checkout process. And, this isn't just a throw in. This is not just, where you're just going to take their money and send them on their way. Next. No, use this time wisely. Check in with the person you just treated. How are they feeling? Notice, listen with your eyes and your ears. Watch them when they walk out of your treatment room. Do you notice anything different than when they walked in? Ask them how they're feeling. Wait for their honest answer. Encourage them to be authentic. I often will say, how are you feeling? I want to know the good, bad, and the ugly. Give them that opportunity to be candid because you can learn from that. And that may lead to you saying, okay, I want to give you a stretch or a strengthening exercise. Or let's talk about hydrotherapy. Or perhaps let's talk about the amount of water you need to drink because your muscles are dehydrated. And dehydrated muscles develop trigger points easier than hydrated muscles. Let's talk about the importance of water. Speaking of which, excuse me. So use that checkout time wisely. Make sure you're leaving enough time so that you're not rushed. So the person's not feeling rushed, or so that you're not feeling rushed because your next patient's right behind and you're worried about getting late and you're just hoping to move them through. Now we have greater blocks of time if you're following COVID protocols, but even then, you really do want to use that time wisely to connect and to make sure that you're giving them a good plan between now and their next visit. Is your payment processing easy? Do you have option for emailed receipts? Because often that's convenience and people want that. They want to just be able to get an emailed receipt and submit it to their insurance. Or you can print it, give them options. Do you have many forms of payment? I understand it costs money to do that, but trust me, what I've known and realized over the years is that when you give options, you reduce barriers and it makes it easy for people to be able to pay you, and it makes it easy for everybody to have access. And I can't stress enough again to always really pay attention to body language, even when because you can ask the question, how are you feeling? whether they're on your table before or after. And we're body language specialists, right? So I use every step of this equation of this mastery with my eyes, because this just happened yesterday in the clinic. So I thought I would share it with you. A person that I've treated for years, she's been coming to me for, I think, 20, what did we say yesterday? I think 25 years out of the 29 years I've been open. It might even be more than that. So I've gotten to know her as a person. I've seen her through, her kids were little and now they're grown adults and moved out and get married themselves. And I know her body and her tissues, and I've seen the changes over the years. But when she came in, I hadn't seen her for a couple of months, and I was standing across the table from her, and we were just checking in to find out, what were her goals for the treatment today. And I could tell just by looking across the room that her right hip was elevated. I mean, this is extreme, but she literally looked like she was like this, and her thoracic cage was rotated. I said to her, "What's going on here?" She said, "Well, what do you mean?" And I said, "Well, I'm just noticing." And then I said, "Can I just do a couple of quick tests?" And I checked the level of her SIs, and sure enough, things were askew. And I said, and I explained to her what I had seen from across the room. And I said, and your thoracic cage is rotated. She goes, "Oh my gosh." And then she went, "Oh my gosh, Marg." She said, 2.5 weeks ago, I was at the cottage and I was leaning down to get something out of the freezer, from the fridge and the freezer in the cottage. And I was turning to put it into a cooler because we were going to the beach. And it was all awkward, and I tweaked something and I was in agony, but I'd forgotten about it. Because now, 3 weeks later, or 2 weeks later, whatever it was, she didn't have that pain. But I noticed it. That was really important. And so that's part of the process. And when she came out to the checkout, we looked again and we were like, "Oh my goodness." And she said, "I feel different." It's really important. And last but not least, and this is something that I find most therapists ignore, or they don't do it well. And yet it's very, very powerful and really important to help get better outcomes, to build trust, and to improve the rapport both with your clients and with your referral sources like doctors or chiros. Do you give a quick call or a text message or an email to touch base with the people that you're treating? It doesn't have to be every single person, and it doesn't have to be every time they come, but occasionally. Perhaps you just did a really difficult treatment on someone and it was perhaps really uncomfortable. And you take the time to fire off a quick text, or go old school and pick up the phone when you have a minute at the end of your day or on a break, to just say, "Hey, Mary Lou, how you feeling? I know we really dug in, we're digging in there to your suboccipitals. And I know you've been having really bad headaches. How you doing? I was thinking about you. I just wanted to touch base and see how you are." I can't tell you the impact that makes. It is not only so well received by the patient because you care, but it also has an impact on your outcomes. And what better way to get referrals than when you get a good outcomes? Because people talk. And Mary Lou tells her friend, "You're not going to believe this. My massage therapist gave me a quick call." Or, "I just did this last night. We were talking about a recipe for a smoothie. And I quickly, before I went to bed last night, fired off this smoothie recipe that I love. And then this morning sent off a couple of texts about the first day of school for a few of my patients whose children were going into kindergarten, and they were nervous." You should see the flood of messages I've got back. "Thank you for thinking of me. Wow, that's so nice, Margaret." It builds rapport, it helps with outcomes, and it really helps to solidify referrals. Okay, so the final pillar or aspect is mingling. And mingling is, really all about networking. It's a critical part of the massage referral maximizer. Spending time and money and to find creative ways to connect with other professionals is critical. This is something that I did from day one. And I got to tell you, 30 years ago, massage therapy isn't what it is today. Doctor referrals to massage therapy certainly isn't what it is today. In fact, My own family, me, the science girl, was saying, when I told them I was going to become a massage therapist and that I wanted to open this integrative clinic, and I had this vision, some of them thought I was hugging a tree and howling at the moon, like, you're going to do what? Huh? Now, 30 years later, we've come a long way. However, we still have a long way to go. And it's critical, even in those days where I got a lot of no's and I got a lot of side, like, what, who are you? Why, what do you do? I didn't give up. I found ways in my community, whether it be the local business association, the Chamber of Commerce. Now we've got online groups. We didn't have online groups back then. We weren't using the internet and social media. One of the most powerful things that I did really early in my career is I became a member of our local hospital foundation board. I volunteered. And why do you think I did that? Well, the reason that we're talking tonight, referrals. I met so many doctors and other healthcare professionals. They saw me in the capacity of being a community member, somebody that gave back, somebody that cares about the health and well-being of our community and the patients that we were seeing. It gave me an opportunity to meet them personally on a personal level and for them to build a confidence in me, to earn their trust. I found I always looked for ways to meet, greet, and share my story. And it has proven to be one of the most powerful and impactful things I've done in my 30-year career. It helped to build confidence, both for myself, because now I don't, shy away and get nervous when I go to meet a doctor or pick up the phone to call a doctor or to ask for a referral from a doctor or to communicate with a doctor, because I've built confidence. But I've also built confidence in them because I've got the outcomes over the years. The other thing that I did when it comes to mingling is that I wrote a really strong, professional, and powerful marketing letter. So what did that look like? And it's changed over the years because, of course, our clinic has changed and evolved, and our mandates and our vision has changed and evolved over the course of the 30 years. But these things remain. We always talk about our clinic. What's our value proposition? Who's on our team, and why? What are we bringing to the table that other places aren't, other clinics aren't? What problem can we solve for that doctor that's going to refer to us? Doctors are busy now more than ever. They want to help their patients, but they often don't know how because they've only got limited resources. So if you can explain to them what massage therapy has to offer, or what perhaps, you deal a lot with stress and anxiety, or maybe it's TMJ, you can actually let them know that you are there to help them take care of their patients, that you want to link arms with them. And it's going to make them look good when their patients get better because they've made a good, wise referral. And they like that. The other thing that I put in the marketing letter, which is really, and you don't need to have a lot of people take you up on this, but what we did in the early days was we offered a complimentary treatment in the letter to the doctor. Why? Why did I do that? Well, what better way to build trust than for that doctor to experience your clinical skills firsthand? It gives you an opportunity to shine in the treatment room. It gives you an opportunity to show them what you're capable of. You start to feel more comfortable. They feel more comfortable and confident in entrusting the care of their patients in your hands because they've seen the way you work. And you have the opportunity when they're there to talk about, the types of things that you can treat. They see your clinic, they see how professional it is, and they feel confident in being able to refer to you. Then I layered on and did something kind of unique, and it's paid in spades. And you can make this your own. It doesn't have to be baking in a banana bread, but many years ago, I recognized that writing a marketing letter and sending it off in snail mail, or now if you do this email, can end up in the trash can. And that's an expensive exercise for it to not get to the doctor that you want it to reach, or it ends up in the delete or trash bin in their emails. So we baked a handmade banana loaf, and as a team, we did a team building event. It was fun. Baked a nice banana loaf. We wrapped it nicely with ribbon. We put our marketing letter, and then we actually added customized referral pads. We made referral pads Make it easy for people to simply check off a box, rip off the pad and hand it to their client or patient when they think about the fact that they need, they have an issue in front of them. This person's having rotator cuff problems. Oh my gosh, I saw that girl, Margaret. She helped treat my shoulder. Oh, let me write that pad for you, and they hand it to you. Here's the other reason why we did banana breads, because we put on our, professional attire and we hand delivered these packages, banana bread, marketing letter, and referral pads, to doctors' offices or to clinics where there were several practitioners. And we gave it to their office manager. And we talked about the fact, here's something you can have with your coffee during your break. We introduced ourselves. We had an opportunity to put a face to a name. We thought you might enjoy this. And by the way, do you mind giving this to Dr. So-and-so, or I bring a stack, give it to the doctors in your clinic. And there, by the way, there's a complimentary treatment in there, whether it be for the doctor or perhaps one of you, because we want to earn your trust, because we'd love to work with you to help improve the health and well-being of your patients. I'm telling you, we'd get phone calls saying, Margaret, we're out of banana loaf and we need more referral pads. It became a yearly thing. And whether you do banana loaves or whatever it is you do, make it personal, make it stand out, make sure it's professional, and put a human touch to it. Because after all, we touch people for a living. It takes some effort. It's not a lot of money. And I'll tell you, even if you get 3 or 4 or even 2 docs that take that, those referrals will continue to grow over the years, especially when you continue to get outcomes. So let's just review once again the Massage Referral Maximizer template. We talked about, so let's recap. We talked about mindset and how important the right mindset is. You've got to get your head outside just your 4 treatment room walls if you're going to have a world-class experience. You've got to make sure that you're mastering what you're doing outside the clinic room. Remember those 7 interactions. Pay attention to them. Break them down. You may be doing some really well, and the ones you aren't, do something about it. It's going to impact your referrals. Trust me. And then mingle or network. Be sure that you are laying the groundwork for this referral machine by earning the respect of other healthcare professionals in your community, by getting out into community. It's really important to lean in and contribute to community so that, it's going to work. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to say that this is going to work like that. Does it take years to build up to 10 referrals a week? Sure, it could. But I am here to assure you that if with a lot of trial and error and consistency, that's critical. Being consistent and putting this framework into place consistently, it is going to lead to having you fully booked in no time, and then have this network of referrals that keep coming, even when you're not fueling that dragon anymore. We have a waiting list at Wallace for Wellness. I'm actually overwhelmed because we can't meet the demand. I'm frustrated because I can't find massage therapists to meet the demand. But that's what we've earned because of this type of framework. And you can do it too. It's simple, but you have to put it into action. But here's the thing. There is still a problem. And I mentioned the Massage Hero survey where we, ClinicSense polled 10,000 massage therapy business owners. And the most commonly asked question, as I mentioned, was how do I get more clients without having to spend, too much money? That being said, what was also interesting and not surprising to me, actually, because I've lived it as a massage therapist and a business owner for 30 years, there were several hundred other questions that kept coming in. How do I stand out from other massage therapists? How do I properly market myself? How do I do Google ads and Facebook ads? How do I network with other businesses in my area? And on and on and on and on. There are countless questions. And, you might ask, well, why do we have so many questions? Well, from my perspective, here's what the problem is. And I think you're probably going to agree with me. And I'm not going to be maybe popular saying this, but I'm going to say it. Massage therapy schools have simply let us down as business owners. They've let us down. Yes, they've prepared us and taught us to be great clinicians. Yes, we're healthcare professionals and we're really good at that. But they have not taught us how to navigate the waters of running a business successfully and being a business owner. They just haven't. And here's the thing, did you know that 70% of us will work for ourselves at one point in our career? Yet we don't have the business training. We don't have the business acumen. I know, and I've made so many mistakes, and I failed forward and got up and failed forward and got up and got to where I am today because of it. But it wasn't because I had business training. In fact, I don't even know if I had an hour of business training 30 years ago, if that. That's the reality. So, how do we fix this? Because whenever there's a problem, there's always a solution. And when I think of what a massage hero is, this is a big part of it. It's being part of the solution, not the problem. It's leaning in and figuring out how to step up. Because here's the reality. If we wait for massage schools to step up, there's too much red tape. And quite frankly, it's been 30 years. It hasn't happened yet. I'm not holding out a lot of hope. For most of us, we're out of school now, so that's not relevant. But what if instead we leaned in on veteran massage therapists like me and others who have had success, who have failed and learned the lessons the hard way, the real life lessons, did the trial and error, and are figuring it out and still figuring it out. I'm still in the treatment room, guys. I'm still building a practice. And quite honestly, I'm proud that so many countless massage therapists have built sustainable, thriving practices under the umbrella of Wallace for Wellness. That I'm proud of. And we have a retention rate that's on average of 10 years because we're doing something right, because I've been willing to fail and figure it out. So that's why I created, in partnership, actually, I'm grateful, with ClinicSense, because a Massage Hero Challenge is what we need. We need to help you have the business acumen and to build the confidence and to provide you with the strategies and tools that you need to be successful in your career and for it to be sustainable. And as a result, move our profession forward, because that's what I want my legacy to be as a massage therapist. And I'm going to do it with your help. So why a challenge? First of all, it's a 14-day challenge. It's not a course. This is so important to recognize. And why isn't it a course? A challenge is different from a course because it's experiential. How do we learn? Especially as massage therapists, we learn through experience. It's designed to get you results fast. And you're going to get those results by doing something that's engaging and fun. Taking a course where someone's talking at you and you feel overwhelmed and then you don't put it into action doesn't help get results. You're going to learn what it takes to build a thriving massage business. You're going to learn from my 29 years of experience, plus dozens of other therapists' expertise. The point of the challenge is to filter out all of the noise so that I can help you focus your attention on the handful of things it takes to run an incredibly successful massage therapy practice. I know because I've done it. And I know what has failed and what hasn't failed. So here's what's involved in the challenge. It's a 14-day challenge, and every day you're going to get video training. This is something, I'm a visual person, so video is really, really important. You're going to have a piece of homework to complete. And when you complete the homework, that's going to be awesome because you're going to feel like you've had a win that day. You're going to earn badges and you're going to start to gain the momentum you need to design your dream business that you can grow for decades to come, but most importantly, grow for decades to come without burning out. Someone told me when I graduated that the average lifespan of a massage therapist at that time was 7 years. What? I remember thinking, are you kidding me? I've spent this kind of money, worked this hard, wrote my government exam, and I'm going to check out after 7 years? No, I don't think so. Well, here I am, knocking on 30 years. Am I still in the treatment room? You bet I am, and I love every minute of it. But I've also parlayed that into other things, other revenue generation streams, other types of currency that fuel me, and the impact we're having on thousands of people Over 40,000 people we have in our database. You can do it too without burnout. And that's what this challenge is all about. So in the Massage Hero Challenge, we've sort of broken it down into running a successful massage business really has 3 pillars: attract, deliver, and nurture. So attracting new clients into your business, that's important, right? You can be the best clinical therapist possible, but if you can't get people coming in through the door, you don't have them to treat, you're not making money, you're certainly not getting referrals, and you're going to fall short. So we got to look at the attract pillar. Then the deliver, delivering a world-class treatment. What goes into that? We touched on some of the highlights, but we dive deeper in this challenge. Nurture, the nurturing pillar, empowering and nurturing our clients to become the CEO of their health, to play an active role in their health. That's one of the value propositions that I believe our profession has that's so critical right now. The world is never needed more than ever. We need to lead people on taking some control of their health, preventative medicine, and playing an active role in it. As a massage therapist, we have the opportunity to do that. And that all lays on the foundation, and foundations, things like systems and automation, so that you can grow and scale your business without burning out. Because at the end of the day, if you want to grow your business, you have to have all of these things in place. It's just so important. So the point of the challenge is to learn from the mistakes that people like me have made, and then put it into action so that you don't have to make the same mistakes and you can have a successful practice. So in the Massage Hero Challenge, you're going to get more referrals and word of mouth business. The goal is to be the in-demand massage therapist in your community. We're going to focus on getting results, like generating consistent income so you're financially secure. That's important. You're going to build a business that will leave you feeling fulfilled. We're servant leaders. This is a heart-centered business. That's one of the things I love most about it. There's different types of currency. The money that I put in my wallet or my bank account, but I don't take for granted that every day, the currency of what I get back from seeing the results I get and the thank yous I have and the impact we're making on the health and well-being of others, that currency alone is remarkable. And this Massage Hero Challenge is going to show you how to do that. It's going to help build your confidence in yourself and your abilities. It's going to help to eliminate some of your stress and look at ways to prevent burnout. We're going to talk about outsourcing and delegating admin and bookkeeping tasks and things that, quite honestly, I don't know about you, but I don't like doing. And more importantly, I'm not good at it. It's not a good use of my time. It's not where my skill set is. You're going to be able to have a greater impact on community. That for me is a top of my list. And now in my career, I want to have a bigger impact on the world with what we do as massage therapists, but we need to do this better together as one. And you're going to get more rebookings without feeling salesy, because here's the deal. We're not selling anything. In this Massage Hero Challenge, we're going to show you that by getting confident through your educating, you empower people to want to come and be treated by you. There's a difference. You never have to sell anything when you educate and empower. So we've already done this Massage Hero Challenge, and I gotta tell you, I had a blast. It was so much fun. Not only, are the video lessons, we're gonna talk about this in a minute, but there's opportunity to connect with me live as well. And here's what some of the massage heroes that completed the challenge are saying. These are real people that took this challenge. This course should be a must-all for all new massage therapists. It teaches them the business aspect of massage therapy and helps them to succeed. And that was by Howard. I would argue you don't have to be a new therapist. In fact, in the last challenge that we ran, there were veteran therapists in there that were saying the same thing. I really enjoyed learning from a person with real life experience. And let me tell you, I'm real. I tell it like it is. I share the good, bad, and the ugly during this challenge and in our Facebook group, because we're building community. We need one another. I want to learn from you and you learn from me. That's what a Massage Hero is about. And that's what Terry experienced. It was definitely excellent, well thought out training, and the video setup was fantastic to be able to get, to do it at your own pace. On-demand learning anywhere, anytime, and to ask questions was very beneficial. That's what Marcy Lynn said. So for tonight, For those of you massage heroes that have shown up on this webinar and have taken time out of your busy schedules, you're showing me that you want to learn. And so I want to give you a special offer tonight. And this special offer is this. You can take, before the end of tonight, so by midnight tonight, if you join the Massage Hero Challenge today, before the end of tonight, it's just $47 and you're going to have access to all the Massage Hero Challenge video trainings. But not just that. Because you're on this webinar, we're also throwing in a free 30-day opportunity to try ClinicSense. The reason we're doing that is because in the challenge, I'm showing you how I've implemented ClinicSense into my practice. It has been a game changer for me. The automation, the marketing, the reporting, it's given me back some of my time. It's helped with some of my burnout, and it's improved our patient experiences. That's coming from our patients. So it's been a win. And you're going to have access to that during the challenge so that you can learn how to use this. And last but not least, and this is so exciting, we're throwing in, if you do this by midnight tonight, the Massage Hero Challenge VIP upgrade worth $97 in value. We're throwing it in for that $47. Now, what's in the VIP upgrade? Well, you're going to get 5 additional video trainings. And let me tell you, you're going to want to see them. There's some valuable lessons. You're going to have 3 live Zoom calls with me, so you can have a question and answer period specific to your business, because this isn't about just everyone's business. It's about helping you, each and every one of you. So you can hop on these question and answer calls and ask specific things. We're going to talk about you and your business. And by being on those calls, you're going to listen and hear what other questions are being asked. You're going to learn from them too. That's what community is about. That's what the Massage Hero community is all about. You're also going to get 6 months access to all the video training materials. Normally, you only get 1 month. So when you get the challenge and you don't get the upgrade, you only get 1 month to do all of it. This now means you're going to get 6 months. Why is that so incredible? Because you get to put this into action and go back to the training and take a look. What did I miss? Or how can I implement that? It is an unbelievable value. Okay, so what I want to do is show you. All you have to do is go to massageherochallenge.com. And this is what it's going to look like. You're just going to scroll down until you see this Join the Challenge Now button. All you're going to do is quickly click on that and put in your contact information, your name and your email address and your phone number. Next, we're going to ask you for your billing information. Just put that in there. And then you have a choice to make. We've also put together, we've gone over and above, because this challenge, I tell you, it is jam-packed with content that's valuable, but we added 50 additional marketing channel ideas in an ebook. And you can upgrade, if you like, here for just $27. All you have to do is hit yes, I want to do that. And then you can come over to the VIP experience. Now, when you get to this page, scroll down and listen up, guys. You want to get the VIP experience, but you do not want, you want to hit no thanks. And here's why. Because if you do this by the end of midnight tonight, we are going to go in the back end and see who has signed up for the VIP, and you're not going to have to pay that $97. So don't hit yes, I want the VIP experience, because we're going to ask you for your $97 there. If you're on this webinar right now, take advantage of this, guys, and go to the no thanks. And by midnight tonight, we're going to look and see who signed up today for the VIP, and we're going to wipe that $97 off, and we're going to give you that for free, which is amazing. And then last but not least, we're going to suggest, and this is critical, you're going to get your free software for 30 days of ClinicSense. This is critical, guys, because this is integral part of the challenge. I've integrated this throughout some of my training because this is what I do in my business. It's been a game changer. Everything from marketing to client communication to reporting to business stuff, all the things are on this. So go and take advantage of this free and sign up here to get your free trial. And that is about all I have for right now. And we are at about an hour, but I am happy to take question and answers. So I'm going to open the floor to Daniel and see if anyone has any questions.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Margaret. Yes, we've had a bunch of questions come in, mostly through the chat. Just a reminder for anybody in attendance, if you want to come on live and ask Margaret a question, you can do that as well. Just raise your hand using the Zoom feature, and then I can bring you on live for the call. So just one quick little housekeeping one that I can answer. Will the slides be made available? So there's going to be, the recording is going to be made available. We're going to email that out hopefully tomorrow. Depends on how long it takes Zoom to process the video. The next question that we had, let's see, we'll go to this one first. What's the time commitment for the Massage Hero Challenge?
It's a great question. So it's a 14-day challenge, but don't get stressed. It's weekends are off. Plan on, and I want you to put this into your calendar. Put it in. Make a commitment to yourself and your business. All you need is an hour per day, and weekends are off. And some days are much less homework than others. There's worksheets. It's so well done. There's worksheets and things to do to help you in bite-sized pieces work through this challenge. And you can do the catch up on the weekends if you need. So 14 days, weekends are off, about an hour a day. Put in your calendar and join us.
Okay, thank you. Next one I have here, just a little confusion around that VIP offer. So just to clarify, if they sign up before midnight tonight, they should click on no, and then we're just going to go in and activate the VIP ourselves, right? So if you click yes, you'll be charged the $97 for VIP. So for anyone on the webinar, you want to click no, but you're still going to get it. I know it's a little counterintuitive there. Another question came in. I think this one's actually for me. The question was, if I'm already using ClinicSense, do I still get the free 30 days? And the answer is yes, you will. So you will get 1 month for free of ClinicSense. Margaret, question about the start date of the challenge.
Yeah, I'm excited. So we're starting again on Monday, September 13th. So next week, we're getting started. So you've got lots of time to get to sign up and spread the word, guys. If you know other massage therapists, I think every massage therapist should be taking this training, quite frankly, because I know what's in it, and I know anyone, whether you're a veteran therapist or brand new therapist, it is chocked full of so much great information. So next Monday, September the 13th, we will begin.
Okay, thank you. Next question, will you cover how to get on Google and Google reviews?
We sure will. That and oh, so much more. We've put a lot of, there's been months and months and months of planning and thought put into this challenge. This is not just a quick thing. There's great, as I mentioned, worksheets, there's tasks to do, there's great video trainings, and they're not just a 5-minute video. There's some really in-depth training that you're going to find to be very valuable. And that, I can say this candidly, and I hope it's not with arrogance, that's the feedback we've gotten from the participants, is that they were blown away. In fact, one said it shouldn't just be $47. I'm going to be honest, that's what they told us. That's the kind of feedback I like.
Thank you. And I have Anne, who has raised her hand to come on live and ask a question. Oh, Anne just dropped her hand, so maybe she didn't want to come on live. And if you change your mind, you want to come on live, put your hand back up, and I'll bring you on. So I'm just scrolling up through some of the questions. Yeah, in regards to the ebook with 50 marketing channels, can you just clarify what exactly a marketing channel is and what's in that ebook?
Oh, I'm trying to remember. We did that a few months ago. So there's all different types of ways, because there's hundreds of them, that you can find creative, engaging, and effective and efficient ways to market and build your business. So things that you may not have thought of, different ways to get into the community to get results. So it really is, I mean, if you can't find some ideas for marketing in this ebook, then you're going to be challenged, because there's a lot of really good creative things in there to help you with your marketing.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, Anne's
Question,
up again.
sorry?
I saw Anne's hand go up again. I don't know if she was
Yeah,
being.
she ended up dropping a question in the chat. Might need a little clarification. So Anne, if you're able to come on, please throw your hand up again, and I'll unmute you, bring you on the call. Actually, there she goes. So she put her hand up. So I'm gonna go and say allow to talk. And you should be able to, actually, it looks like you're muted right now. So if you, there we go, unmuted. So I think you should be able to go ahead.
Hi, I am actually a Bowen therapist, and I am hoping that I will still be able to participate in your program. Together with the Bowen and massage therapy, we can help our clients a great deal in their healing programs. And
So here's, first of all, I love Bowen therapy. One of our naturopaths, who's also a medical doctor, is a Bowen therapist. I'm very well aware of the incredible benefits of Bowen therapy. Are you a massage therapist as well?
no, unfortunately, I haven't been able to go that avenue, although I've wanted to. I'm a single person and I have businesses, and I'm unable to practice that avenue to go to school and keep my house and etc.
Oh, sure. And of course, I didn't mean for you to have to explain. I understand.
Oh, that's okay. I'm good with that. I would love to be able to participate.
Yes.
Even if it's just learning from you. I love your energy. It's amazing. And yeah, that's where I'm at.
So I will be honest, this was specifically designed for massage therapists. That being said, hands-on treatment like Bowen, hands-on treatment like Bowen is certainly applicable. Daniel, do you have any concerns with a Bowen therapist that's not a massage therapist taking the challenge?
No, I think it will actually probably be a great fit, because a lot of the business lessons that are in here, I think they're going to apply to many, well, any small business really, but definitely within the healthcare space. There might be one or two things in there that are specific to massage, but it's really more of a business course than anything that's too treatment oriented. So I would think that you will get just the same amount of value as a massage therapist would.
Without question, that I have there's no hesitation that you won't get value. In fact, Daniel and I were laughing. I had a couple of doctors reach out to me and said, you need to do this for physicians, because they're in the same boat. They're not trained
Oh yeah.
in business, and yet they do have to run practices, and sometimes not very well. So yeah, no, you're welcome aboard. Daniel's right. There might be a couple of things that'll be very specific to massage therapy, but it's translatable for sure. And we'd love to have you.
Thank you, Margaret. I'm honored.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Anne. Thanks for coming on.
Where are you from, Anne?
Oh, sorry, I disabled talking for her right before. I do have a lot of other questions that have come through though. Sorry, Anne, we'll hope to see you in the challenge. We'll be able to get to know you a bit more. Next question, will the challenge address home-based business as well, not just clinic-based?
100%. A massage therapist's value does not change according to where they practice. Let me be very clear. All of us are different. Some of us won't feel comfortable having a home practice. Some of us do. I'm not here to discriminate, but business is business is business, and you should be treating it that way. Just because you're practicing in your home doesn't mean it should. Yes, there are nuances and things you have to consider differently. Same with mobile massage. It's still a massage therapy business. So absolutely, if you have a home business, you're going to get a whole bunch out of it for sure.
Okay, great. Still a few more to get through here. Question came through. Do I have to wait until Monday, or can I start tomorrow?
Nope, you got to wait till Monday. And here's why. We want to go through this as a group. There is nothing that I believe in more than the power of community and the importance of leaning in and learning with one another, from one another, so we can elevate our profession together. So the other thing is, we want to be here to support one another. Me to support you, you to me, and what we found in the challenge we just closed this summer, there are relationships starting to happen. These people are now massage heroes, and they've got a community that they can bounce things off at each other. And we want to see that community grow in strength, in numbers, and in advocacy, because the stronger we are as a profession, and I truly believe in order to make changes in our profession from a perspective like with healthcare, with insurance companies, with politicians, we have to be stronger as a team, all of us together. So I don't look at this as competition. So we need to do this together. So that's why we start together as a group, and we'll be running these challenges ongoing, we hope. But that's why, no, you can't start before Monday, but only a few more sleeps. It'll be here before you know it.
Okay, a couple more, maybe I'll touch on quickly. One of the questions is, will we be able to discuss issues regarding dealing with unvaccinated clients? And so that's not specifically addressed in the course, but with the VIP package, which you'll get for free by attending this webinar if you decide to sign up today, we do have a weekly Q&A session with Margaret. There's a short lesson at the beginning, and then it's just a free-for-all really on Q&A. So if that's a topic you want to bring up, definitely can be addressed in the Q&A session with VIP. Also had another question come through. I need to find massage therapists to come work with me. Where do I advertise to find therapists? Now I bring that up with the VIP question because the VIP is not just the live Q&As with Margaret. There are 5 additional trainings that Margaret has put together, and one of them is specifically about hiring massage therapists. So she's got a lot of good information in there. Next question that came through, are the videos and homework only accessible at certain set times each day? No.
Well, when we launch each day, the new training will be released. So on Monday's first day training will be released, and then we grow on that over the course of the challenge. But you can go back to those on demand. And as I mentioned, if you get the VIP, if you sign up by tonight, you're going to have access to that, all of that training for 6 months, which is incredible.
Yeah, so the way that it's structured is every day at 9 a.m. except for weekends. The video for that day will be released. As Margaret talked about, we do this as a community, and there is interaction between all the participants of the course. So that's the reason we want to go at that pace. But once a video is released, you'll have access to it. If you're just signing up to the challenge sometime in the future, you'll have access for 28 days. If you sign up today and you take the free VIP offer, you have 6 months to go back and reference. Okay, I was doing a lot of copying and pasting into a document here. I want to just see if I have made it through all of them. Okay, when is the last day to sign up?
Monday. Get in there before, but Monday is the last day, because once again, we're going to go through this challenge together. So you can sign up right up until Monday when we launch this month's challenge. But you've got till midnight tonight to take advantage of that VIP offer. Otherwise, tomorrow if you sign up, you're not going to get that VIP free VIP offer and that 30 days of ClinicSense.
Okay, and question came through on, is there a limit to registrants for the challenge? So we're not limiting it, and same with the VIP offer. The limit is just because the Massage Hero Challenge is all about taking action. That's why we have just a time limited offer on the free VIP upgrades. So that time limited offer again is tonight until midnight. And one more question so far, unless if anyone has questions, please feel free to post them. We'll keep going through them.
Can I say something? Because I think this is really important, and this is the confidence I have in what we've created. We have 100% money back guarantee. So if you feel you don't get at least 10 times the cost of what you pay for the challenge, we'll refund your money. And no questions asked. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed.
Thank you. Yes, that is right. We do have a guarantee. There is one small catch to the guarantee, and that is you have to show your work and that you participated. Because the thing is, obviously, it's not going to work if you don't take the steps to make it work. So if you show your homework, you did the work, and don't think you got the value out of it, then the money will be refunded. So far, just one more question, which is, when are the VIP calls?
The VIP calls are Wednesday nights at 7:30. I'll probably be doing them from my clinic because Wednesdays are my long day in the clinic. So you're going to be getting a real live version of Marg at the end of a work day, which is great because I'll be in that zone. So Wednesdays at 7:30.
Okay, great. And I will comment that the VIP sessions are recorded. So if you aren't able to make it live for that call, because maybe you're in session, you will have the recording. Again, those calls usually start with just a mini lesson, 10 minutes or so, and then we get into the Q&A. And so if you're not able to attend live and ask your questions, there will be an opportunity to submit questions ahead of time, and you can watch the recording, because one of the nice things is people tend to have some similar questions. So when you're watching that VIP call, someone's going to ask a question, you're going to think, oh man, I wish I thought of that.
Right. And the other thing I think everyone should know, Daniel, is that I love to also participate in the Facebook group that you have. When you join the challenge, you're also put into a closed private Facebook group. And that is where we can share information, we can post our badges, we can ask questions from one another. And I often will pop in there, sometimes do a live video in there, or bring something behind the scenes for my clinic. I just love to engage in there because this fuels me too. This challenge means a lot to me for our profession. I'm not just doing this, I'm doing this for the greater good of our profession, and I'm really, really excited about it. So I hope you'll join us.
Okay, and just before I recap and sign off, last question came through: how many therapists were in the last challenge? And it was somewhere in the 90s. I forget exactly. We'll call it 95 in the last challenge. And that was the first time we ran it. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to keep the groups at a pretty good size. But the nice thing is it's, if you get a really big group, it's great because there's more interaction, more brains, more minds to rely on. But then even if you end up on the smaller side group, more opportunity to get in on the Q&A and interact with you directly.
But I also think it's really important to stress the way this challenge is designed is such that you're getting value because you're going to be able to learn on demand, which as a therapist, that's important. Our schedules are all over the place. It's video-based content, which is great because you can rewind, you can listen. You're going to see, it's not just me talking, guys. There's animations. Then you've got your PDF worksheets. There's downloadables and print-offs. There's gamification. You're going to get badges when you complete something. You're going to have that Facebook group. So there's all these moving parts, and the design, the instructional design of this is important so that you're not, doesn't matter the size of the group. Trust me, you're going to get a lot out of this because we've given a lot of thought, not just to the content, but the way it was designed, and giving you ample opportunity to interact both with me, with one another, and with the content.
Okay, we just had another question come through. Is there a way to get access to the videos or the content if you don't have social media? Are you limited in the course if you aren't on Facebook? So no, you will have access to all of the trainings. Those are not, well, we will put the video for the day into the Facebook group, but there's also a education portal that you can log into. So if you do not have a Facebook account, so you can't get into the group, really what you're going to be missing out on will be really just the interaction with the other group members. You're still going to have all of the content, all the homework, all of that information
And if you get
as
on
well.
VIP calls, you can still interact with some of the participants because you're going to be hearing. That's not, that you don't have to be on social media to do that. So that's one way to still have that sense of community. So no, you're absolutely right. You don't have to be on Facebook, and the portal is there for you to log in and get to the access to the content. That's a great question. Thanks for bringing it up.
One question is, am I part of the challenge? Yes, so I'm an assistant coach on the challenge. I'll chime in on some of the more technical things like setting up Google ads, setting up Facebook ads, a few of the marketing automations. I've done some supplementary videos on top of Margaret's that, as I said, are a bit more technical. And I'm usually going to be there on the call with Margaret to help host and facilitate. So with that, just a little recap on today. So again, we started the day talking about, just as I was about to get into the recap, one more. How do you cover how to manage the RMT/clinic owner relationship and how to navigate that from a therapist perspective? So managing the massage therapist clinic owner relationship.
I'm trying to think in the modules what specifically. I mean,
I know you do talk about it in one of the VIP sessions on hiring and really setting the tone in the beginning stages. So I think that's a really big part of it.
But it's also woven through the whole thing because I'm the facilitator. I'm the one delivering all this content. I'm both a massage therapist and a clinic owner. So everything that I bring, I give stories and anecdotes. And once again, if there's something in particular you're struggling with, get on that VIP call and ask about it. And I'll give my feedback, and we might get feedback from others. I'm not going to pretend that I have all the answers, but I certainly have 30 years of experience. There's not a lot I haven't experienced, and certainly willing to give my perspective, but we can also bounce it around with others in the group as well.
Yeah, and I think that's really the main reason we have the Q&A calls, is if there's anything that's covered that you have questions about, or you want to talk more about, or maybe there's something that wasn't specifically covered in the challenge, although I'll tell you there's a lot covered in the challenge. It's an opportunity to jump on, kind of like how we're doing right now, ask questions, go through. It's pretty casual, but super informative.
Exactly.
All right, any other questions before we go? That may be the last one. I'll give it a second. And then we'll probably end up signing off right around, well, my 9 o'clock. So yeah, quick recap then for today. Today we talked about how to get more referrals as in a post-COVID world, or hopefully soon to be post-COVID world. And Margaret talked about really two main things. It was the 7 client interactions. And I think the main message there was there really are 7 different things that you need to do to create a world-class experience for a client. And when you get all 7 of those right, your referrals start to come in bunches. If you're just doing a few of them right, referrals will happen here and there, but get them all right and they're going to come, as I said, in bunches. But the other thing is, it's often not considered about referrals is working with other healthcare professionals. And what's nice about that is it can be a consistent stream of referrals, because once you get another healthcare professional on board, they could be sending you multiple people a week, every week for, in Margaret's case, 30 years. I mean, that's hundreds, if not thousands of referrals just from a single source. And then finally, Margaret has talked about the Massage Hero Challenge. Just a quick little reminder for everyone on the webinar to get involved in the Massage Hero Challenge. Just go to massageherochallenge.com. If you sign up by midnight tonight, you're going to get that free VIP upgrade that is going to get you the 5 additional trainings from Margaret, plus a chance to get on live for Q&A, ask questions that are specific about your business, which is super valuable. So Yep, just a reminder, Margaret showing on her screen. The one thing with that VIP challenge that's a little counterintuitive when you're signing up, say, no, I don't want the VIP, because that means you're not going to be charged for it, but we're just going to go in our system and we're going to mark you as a VIP if you do that by midnight tonight. So thank you everybody for joining. It's been a pleasure. Margaret, thank you so much. I think everything that you taught today was super valuable. And hopefully we'll get a chance to meet a few of the attendees today in the Massage Hero Challenge starting on Monday.
Well, thank you for having me. I was so looking forward to this tonight, and I cannot wait. What is it? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 4 more sleeps. Three more sleeps to the massage.
Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday. 4.
4 more sleeps. 4 more sleeps, and I hope to see you all in the Massage Hero Challenge. Let's do this together.
Okay, great. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.